I hear a lot of noise out there that the industry needs to do away with existing rails and replace everything from scratch. But I don't think we need to throw out the baby with the bathwater. Let's do a reality check. Today, we connect 4 billion accounts across over 200 countries, 40,000 country corridors, moving the world's GDP every 2-3 days. And already, we can banish some old stereotypes to the history books. So today, 75% of payments on the SWIFT network now reach end beneficiary banks within 10 minutes. And with the scheme that we kickstarted last week in collaboration with several major banks, many of you present here this week, retail payments can be taken yet to a different level, with full value transfers, no hidden fees, and instant settlement at global scale, just what consumers expect. So this is a powerful platform for the future. A platform that has double-digit traffic growth today, and with this rejuvenation track, can be even more transformational in the future. But we're going to go beyond that.
Hey, what's going on, Bull Runners? Welcome back to the channel. Ryan Huggins here, aka Win with Ryan. And imagine this, every day, trillions of dollars zip around the world through SWIFT's ancient rails, handling the planet's entire GDP in just 2 to 3 days, linking over 4 billion bank accounts to keep our global economy breathing. But here's the hidden crack in the system: delays that cost businesses billions, borders that choke cash flow, and a creaky setup from the 1970s that's finally buckling under the weight of tomorrow's demands. It's like watching your money crawl through molasses while the world speeds ahead. What if I told you that the fix is already unfolding right now? SWIFT just teamed up with blockchain giants like Consensus to bolt on turbocharged on-chain rails that slash those delays to seconds, blending the old guard with crypto's unbreakable speed. And lurking in the shadows is XRP, the quiet powerhouse Wall Street's whispering about as their dark horse: faster settlements, lower fees, and the spot ETF filings from heavyweights like Grayscale and Bitwise hitting the SEC's desk this October. With these approvals, obviously it could flood billions of dollars into XRP, just like it did for Bitcoin and Ethereum. These aren't dreams. October's decisions could rewrite the rules overnight. So stick around, because over the next couple minutes, I'm going to be covering all this. You don't want to miss this train that's about to take off from the station. We're going to head over to X, find out all the breaking news that's happening in the crypto world today. We're going to head over to Forex Factory and find out all the red folder news you need to know about this week. And more importantly, what happened with the Jolt's job opening today. XRP as Wall Street's dark horse, why some funds see it like Bitcoin. And we'll check in with XRP in the charts, looking at important levels of resistance and support that you need to know about right now. Plus, we'll be looking at our long-term and short-term momentum waves and so much more in today's video. So if you're like most people where you don't have the opportunity to spend hours a day doing crypto research, well, that's what we do for you every single day on this channel. So make sure you subscribe right now. And if you are still feeling bullish about this current bull run, let us know by commenting 777 down below.
Do you love crypto, but are you worried about taxes shrinking your retirement nest egg? Here's the deal. Trading and selling crypto can trigger capital gains taxes, eating into your wealth. A crypto IRA fixes that. Per IRS publication 590B, traditional IRA gains like those from crypto aren't taxed until distributed. That's why we've partnered with iTrust Capital, a leading crypto IRA company in the USA, to sponsor today's video. And they offer institutional grade custody for retail clients that want to set up their crypto IRAs for retirement, leveraging top storage solutions like Fidelity, Wells Fargo, and Coinbase Prime to keep your assets secure. To get started, simply click the link in the description of this video, sign up for free, and fund your account with cash. They also offer 401k rollovers or crypto transfers, and you can trade 24/7 with just 1% transaction fees and no maintenance costs. As always, I'm not a CPA or financial advisor, so consult one for tax advice, and we do earn a commission if you sign up using our link below to fund your crypto IRA account, but that helps support value-based videos like this. And iTrust Capital already has over 200,000 crypto IRA accounts and over $14 billion in transactions, proving they're trusted by smart investors just like you. So click the link below, get started now by funding your account today, and let's create generational wealth together.
First things first, we're going to head over to CoinMarketCap, check out the overall health of the crypto market today. We're down 0.49%, with a $3.91 trillion total market cap. We've had $169 billion worth of trading volume in the last 24 hours. Fear and greed index is in the neutral zone, sitting at 43. Altcoin season index continues to drop. We're at 57 out of 100. We need to be above 75 to get some real momentum for altcoin season. Bitcoin dominance does continue to climb back up. We're at 58.2%. Top 6 cryptos by total market cap. Number 1, Bitcoin at 114,000. Number 2, Ethereum at 41.56. Number 3, Tether at $1. Number 4, XRP at $2.85. Number 5, BNB at $1,004. Number 6, Solana at $209. Today's big news red folder for the economy was the JOLTS job openings. It was forecasted at 7.19 million. It actually came in at 7.23 million. Bureau of Labor and Statistics job openings unchanged at 7.2 million for August. Over the month, both hires and total separations were little change at 5.1 million. Within separations, both quits, 3.1 million, and layoffs and discharges at 1.7 million. So nothing shocking or exciting in the jobs openings report. Tomorrow, we will have ADP non-farm employment change plus manufacturing PMI. But the big number we're watching for is on Thursday, unemployment claims. We're currently forecasted at 225,000 unemployment claims. If it's lower than that, we're going to be looking at some potential great news for the markets, volatility to the upside. As we saw in the intro of the video, Swift rails are upgraded. So obviously the Swift representative in the video talking very positive and big about how awesome Swift is. But the great news is he didn't mention the fact that it is getting a supercharged upgrade with crypto. We did talk about this in yesterday's video. Swift is building the blockchain ledger with 30 plus banks using consensus. So this is a little concerning for Ripple and XRP because basically their whole entire messaging was stating that they were going to be replacing the Swift system. Now, the representative from Swift made a very good point. Why would we replace something that's been in place that actually works when you can just add on hybrid style and take it to the next level, and then eventually we can switch full-time to crypto? So that's what they've decided to do. We'll see how this all works out. This is just a bolt-on when it comes to this consensus piece, and if it does not work out, then obviously they can make a switch to somebody, potentially Ripple. And breaking today, Crypto.com gets its CFTC license. Crypto.com is now the first major crypto platform to secure a US CFTC derivatives license. CoinDesk comes out with a report that's claiming Forbes says Barron Trump is worth $150 million and has made an estimated $80 million from token sales, with an additional $2.3 billion in locked up tokens. XRP may be Wall Street's dark horse, with spot ETF filings in motion and some funds viewing it as next Bitcoin. Is XRP Wall Street's dark horse? ETF filings are putting XRP back in the spotlight. As you know, we have a lot coming up. When financial firms roll out ETFs for crypto, it often signals an asset is crossing more into the mainstream rather than the niche. For some on the surface, XRP looks like an unlikely candidate. It spent years fighting US SEC in court, doesn't carry the cultural weight of Bitcoin or Ethereum. Still, major asset managers are filing ETF applications. Did you know that in July of 2023, a US court ruled that XRP itself is not a security when sold on secondary market? The possibility of a spot XRP ETF has moved in the spotlight as regulators sift through a flood of crypto fund applications. Established managers like Grayscale, Franklin, Canary Capital are definitely in the mix, but so are newer entrants experimenting with more complex products. XRP ETF filings with the SEC right now waiting for approval: Bitwise, Canary Capital, 21 Shares, Wisdom Tree, Pro Shares, Grayscale, CoinShares, Volatility Shares, Franklin Templeton, Hashdex, and Takerium. Did you know RippleNet, Ripple's enterprise payment network that uses XRP for liquidity, is already integrated with over 70 countries and more than 1,000 financial institutions worldwide. Between October 18th and October 25th, the SEC is set to rule on 6 major XRP ETF applications. Add on top of that, Ripple's application for a national bank charter under the review by the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency is also expected to be decided in the same October window. If approved, Ripple would gain the ability to operate as a federally supervised banking institution, opening the door to regulated payments, custody, and service well beyond crypto. And why the dual outcomes matter together. ETF bank charter analysts argue that the green light on both fronts could institutionalize XRP as not only investable, but also operationally essential, driving heavy inflows, credible liquidity, and major rewrite of its financial narrative. XRP being labeled the dark horse, XRP's case for Wall Street's dark horse comes down to a belief that demand is being widely underestimated. Nate Garassi argues that people are severely underestimating investor demand for spot XRP and Solana ETFs, pointing to the way early doubts about Bitcoin and Ethereum funds vanished once billions began flowing in. Market signals are backing him up, saying XRP futures have already topped $1 billion in open interest. Forecasts of the ETF inflows add to the case. Canary Capital's CEO projects as much as $5 billion in initial demand, while JP Morgan estimates nearly $8 billion in annual if approved. And did you know on SBI VC Trade, a leading Japanese crypto exchange, XRP was the second most traded crypto in April 2025, right behind Bitcoin. Now, there are some skepticism and risks for the haters out there. For all the optimism, skepticism continues to shadow XRP ETF prospects, especially among the largest institutions. BlackRock, for example, has explicitly declined to pursue a US spot XRP ETF, spotting limited client interest. Institutional wallets have accumulated nearly $928 million worth of XRP. So there's an uneasy balance between speculative churn and strategic positioning. XRP's fate hinges on October's rulings and Ripple's bank charter bid. A win could push it into mainstream. A loss may cement lasting doubt. Either way, the next chapter will be decisive. All right, jumping into the charts for XRP, what we see right now going on is a consolidation level between our $3.02 resistance and our support here at $2.85. Now, as we've been talking about on the charting here, we would like to see price actually climb back and get support above $3 before that October 6th new moon phase will be kicking in, which will actually be the full moon. And full moon energy historically has done really well for XRP to upside position. When we look at our long-term momentum wave, however, we are bearish. As we can see right here, we're below the zero line. We have turned red. Price is starting to tick up just a tad, and our momentum is starting to pick up as well. We'd like to see this break above the zero line. Again, we're using the Wolfpack indicator with the fast of 10 and slow of 30 for this indicator, if you'd like to use that at home. Plus, we are also using the shaft trend cycle. The main one we're using here is the fast shaft trend cycle. Settings are 10, 10, and 30. And this gives us a really good indication of when the cycle is losing momentum or gaining momentum. And over the last couple of days, we have started to move back to the upside. We had reset our cycle at 0, making its way towards the 100 level again. So we have a couple of things going on right now. One, October 1st will be starting tomorrow. That's moving us closer to that October 6th. Price can start to really accelerate 3 to 5 days prior to the new full moon hitting. We're also turning up momentum-wise on our long-term momentum indicator, and our short-term momentum indicator has already shifted from red to green. Over the next 24 to 48 hours, it'll be a good indication of where we're going to be going for XRP and the market as a whole. When we take a look at Bitcoin and we do the same scenario on the daily as well, as you can see, full moon, pump, full moon, pump, full moon, pump. And again, the full moon is coming on October 6th. So we're going to keep an eye on this. We can see that price did get back into our support and resistance levels down here at 108. We have rallied over the last 5 days to the upside. It is currently at a rejection level here at 114. If we can push back into these levels, this would be phenomenal, right? $117,000, which get us above our new moon bearish energy and kick us off into full moon positive territory. Short-term momentum has started turning up, as we can see right here. Long-term momentum is starting to get closer to that zero line for Bitcoin. When we look at the weekly for Bitcoin, it's even more bullish right here. As we can see, long-term momentum is bullish. It's above the zero line. The weekly short-term momentum for Bitcoin has already fully reset to zero, and it is ready to tear it up to the upside. Now, what we take a look here at Bitcoin specifically on the weekly chart, last time it had reset to zero and started making its turn to the upside, which was back here, April 14th, 2025, price was only $84,000. It rode this momentum, long-term momentum, all the way up and then finished itself up at these new candle body close highs. Look at this. This is where we could not really break above, unfortunately. These levels of $119,000 on the weekly candle body close. In fact, it's a tad bit higher now. We're going to go ahead and put that right where it needs to be using the magnet, and it's boom, right there. It's 119,464. When we get a weekly candle body close above that level, we're going to be getting back into price discovery mode. New weekly candle body close all-time highs for Bitcoin coming soon. We got that new moon energy or new moon phase energy of the full moon coming in just less than a week. When we take a look at XRP, we're still in the same scenario here. Long-term momentum still maintaining bullish scenario above the zero line, but our short-term momentum has not reset to zero. We do have 5 days, 2 hours left in this weekly candle to finish off the reset. It is possible we could get to zero there if we just maintained this sideways momentum, as long as we don't break below 280 too deep. I mean, obviously, if we did break there, this would finish down quicker, but I don't want to lose this level of the support. Taking a peek at our 3-day momentum here. 3-day momentum is long-term, very bullish still. Short-term momentum, look at this. This is crazy, right? So short-term momentum started to crank to the upside, and then boom, literally on the new moon cycle, right? So this is a new moon, full moon, new moon. The new moon phase literally immediately turned that negative energy on, started dropping to the downside. All right, so taking a look at some more traditional style charting here. This is all based off of weekly candle body closes as well. As we can see right here, our most recent weekly candle body close that we need to break back above is right here at $2.93. Price tried to get there. Last week, unfortunately, failed below. This week already, it surged up to that level, didn't quite make it, and rejected to the downside. We do have a support level down here, which is wicked once, twice, 3 times on the weekly charts at $2.72. If we lose that, then we have another support at $2.61. But like I said, we have 6 days, 7 days before this positive momentum can start to flip back bullish, which is really nice. Love to get a head start on that earlier. And then we have upside targets, 295, 302, 318. And then once we break above the weekly candle body close, $3.45, it is going to be price discovery mode again for XRP. So keep an eye on that.
Hey, bull runners, check this out. If you want to learn how to find the next 10x, 50x, or even 100x altcoin in this video, listen to this. Our research team posted GOAT on the 13th of October of 2024 when it was right at a penny, and since then it rallied to over $1 and is currently still up over 5,000%. That's like turning $1,000 into over $50,000. Our team called Pendle at only a $16 million market cap, or 16 cents, back on February 18th of 2023, all the way back here, and since then it's rallied up over 4,000%. That's a 40x. It's like turning $1,000 into over $40,000. Our team also called BitTensor Tau September 15th, 2022, before the token was ever even launched. And since then, Tau has rallied over 2,000%. That's a 20x. Our team even said Solana is most likely to be one of the easiest trades next year, and this was posted December 29th, 2022, on the day that Solana bottomed out at around $8. And since then, Solana looks like it's up over 2,500%. That's a 25x. It's like turning $1,000 into over $25,000. And the bull run is just getting started. The list goes on and on and on. Our team called Sui, Ondo, and even some of the biggest cult-based meme coins like MOG back in July 20th of 2023, the day that MOG launched. So if you want to learn how our team is finding these altcoins before they explode, we just launched Altcoin Pro University, where our research team gives you real-time altcoin picks with explosive potential for this bull run, along with 100+ expert curated classes crafted by industry experts to discover these gems yourself, on top of our live weekly calls every single week for in-depth crypto market analysis and daily updates. And that's just a fraction of what we offer inside of Altcoin Pro University. Just go through the link in the description below, get in right now, watch the 26-minute video covering everything that Altcoin Pro University offers,